got a big mission, and we're going to get to that. Now, do you want to continue down the road that we've been going down? Most patriots I know don't. But a lot of you don't know what to do, don't know how to do it. You want to solve it, you want to end it, you want to fix it, but you're not sure how. You see what's coming. You see that the globalists are trying to take us over. You see that they're trying to destroy Trump, who wants to keep America as it was. Now, I don't believe in isolating ourselves off from the world. Don't get me wrong. I believe that this system, the way this government was founded, is the best way we have. Because without it, all we have are dictators, and the power is in the hands of a very few elite people. And that's never good for anybody. Just look at your history. If you are not willing to step up, get involved, be a part of the solution, then you have no real right to bitch about it, because you're not doing anything. You're no better than those that are attacking us, because those that are attacking us are counting on us being silent and doing nothing. We can no longer stay silent. Now, I was told by a friend of mine who's trying to help me improve my videos and then help me make them better so that they tend to go viral and get more views, more hits. He told me not to get into politics because people don't want to hear it. But you know what? Today, everything in our lives is politics. What we say might offend somebody, that's political. What we do might offend somebody, that's political. What we wear might offend somebody, that's political. Why is it that our entire lives have become about politics, yet no one wants to talk about it? Simple. They don't want to argue. What they don't understand is that you can have a different view, a different belief, a different religion, different colored skin, different ideas of what looks good and what doesn't, and still be able to communicate like rational human beings. When you start yelling, you're no longer listening. We need to listen more. But right now is the time that we need to do more. We need to be more. We need to get involved. We need to build. We need to strengthen our resolve to save this country that we were given by so many million of people before us. Our forefathers, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, they all struggled and fought in different ways to make this country great. And yet in 40 short years, we have destroyed what they built over 200 years. Think about that. And I say we because we have allowed it. We have not gotten involved. We have not been involved. This is a country that was founded for the people, by the people, of the people. And we have allowed, through our laziness, people like Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, to get into office and stay there. We have allowed for politicians to stay in office at the city, the county, the state, the federal level, to be in office for in excess of 30, 40 years. And that is why we have allowed it. Because we allowed those people to stay. We didn't get involved. We got lazy. We got complacent. And they took advantage of it. If we want our country back, we have to stand up in a single, united voice, as those patriots did in the 1700s when they stood up to King George and said, no more, we're done. Get the hell out, go away, we'll do it ourselves. And we did it better. So what happened? Why did we let it go? Now let me explain some things to you. For the last 80 years, they have progressively decreased what we teach in history. And it accelerated in the 80s. Now there's an axiom that's always been true. If you don't know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. And we are repeating it today. We are repeating the same history that our founding fathers fought against. Taxation without representation, confiscation of firearms, dictates on what we can do, where we can go, and how we can do it. This coronavirus is no worse, no more deafening than the flu, Zika, or any other virus we've had in the last 30 years. Yet this is the first time they shut the country down. Why? Because we were winning. We were doing too good. And when we're doing good, the globalist cannot control us. This was a plan. This was an attack. And if you don't think we're at war, then you are wrong. We are at war. They just haven't fired any shots yet, people. But our way of life is under attack. What's not true, Matt? That we're not at war? Or that they haven't fired a shot yet? We are under attack at our very way of life. If we don't fight back, we're going to lose. Now, I'm not saying pick up a gun and go start shooting people. That's the last thing I want anybody to do. It's the last place I ever want to go. But we have to stand up and fight back. We cannot allow them to run over us. We cannot allow them to keep stomping on us. We have to stand up. Now, here's a way that we can do it. Here's a way that we can take the power away from the globalist. Start building. Yes, Matt, COVID has killed more people than the flu this year. I will not deny that. But look at the math, look at the numbers from Zika, look at the numbers from West Nile, look at the numbers from the others. They are no different, they are no worse, and you got to remember that most of the COVID numbers that we're getting are misreported. A guy dies in a motorcycle accident, but he's listed as being COVID, dead because of COVID? Come on, think about that. If we had accurate numbers, okay, I might say it was worse. The problem is we're finding too many people fudging the numbers. We're getting people that are testing positive who have never been tested. These are things you can look up for yourself. These are facts. They're fudging the numbers. We don't know what the real numbers are. The thing is that this is a war. It's an all-out war. It's an attack. Why did they shut the country down? Why do they make these orders that we have to stay home? We can't work. We can't do this. We can't do that. We have to wear a mask everywhere we go. It's a medical known fact that breathing your own carbon dioxide is 5 times more harmful than smoking. But they want you to wear a mask everywhere you go, so you breathe your own carbon dioxide. Think about it. I'm not saying don't follow the regulations, don't follow the advice. That's your choice. That's a personal choice. But I'm saying think for yourself. Don't be a puppet. Don't let them drive you into fear. Fear of going out, fear of doing things, fear of just being human, living your life. You have to wonder what's going on behind the scenes. Who's pulling the strings? Everyone is trying to attack Trump from the left. Why? We had the lowest number of unemployment across the board for every metric. We had a GDP that was starting to skyrocket, all before COVID hit. Isn't it kind of coincidental that when those numbers hit, that all of a sudden we've got COVID all over the place? And then we have to shut the country down, which kills all of that progress? It's a little coincidental. Yeah, I know, I've heard about that too, and that's just more control. That's more telling us what we can and can't do. But we have to move forward. So how do we stop it? Social media is controlled by liberals. Media outlets are controlled by liberals. So they only tell us what they want us to hear. Anything that contradicts their narrative either gets buried or gets deleted. Why? What are they afraid of? Yet these same outlets who claim that the truth goes against their narrative allow pedophilia all over the place. Think about it. Why? I mean, I just saw a wedding picture of an older man in his 30s, and the girl didn't look like she was more than 10. How is that acceptable? How is that even tolerable? Come on, people, think. When did we lose our morality? When did we lose our compass of what is right and what is wrong? We have to get it back. We have to get back to what we used to be. Now here's how we can do it. First thing we need to do is start building more businesses that will compete with what these globalists have achieved. And then not sell out because they threaten us. Fight back. Because they're going to use every dirty trick in the book to beat you. Because they're afraid. They're afraid of who you are. They're afraid of what you can do. Don't let them. We need to unite together. We need to band together. You know, the left talks about how they want to help people, yet they've done nothing to help the homeless. They've done nothing to help homeless veterans. Yet they claim to be great and wonderful and compassionate people. But if you disagree with them, you're a racist, a misogynist, a threat. Why? Now my goal, my function in life is to be a voice for the voiceless. And is to stand up and fight back. And the method I chose to fight back is to help bring an end to the homeless veteran crisis, because I understand them. I was them. I've been homeless. I've been on the street. I know what they're going through. I understand what they're going through. And it's not their fault. Sure, you see the drugs, the alcohol, and the other stuff, but what you don't see is the battle going on inside their head. They may be here in the U.S., but they're still back in a battle zone somewhere. Their mind is messed up, and they need help to put it to rest, to learn how to live with it, to learn how to adjust and analyze it and process that part of their life, and then put it behind them and move on. They need help to find a new purpose. That's why they're where they're at. And that's why Valhalla Life Services was created. Because Valhalla Life Services, in itself, will provide jobs for not less than 5,000 people. We will help no less than 3,000 veterans a year. But my goal is to not just have the one location, but to have 12 across the country, where we can help 36,000 veterans a year, where we can have, 40, 50,000 jobs, where we can have things to help people, where we can help bring back education as it should be, not this pansy-wissy leftist program that they've got going on, where we don't teach them the real history because it might hurt their feelings, or we don't teach real English because it might be racist. We have to get back to basics, people, and we can do that together. I'm not looking to get rich. I don't want to be rich. I don't care. I know a lot of people think that's crazy, but I don't. I just want to help people. And I know that if I can help people and make a difference, then God will make sure I have everything I need. And that's what we're missing. A lot of people are missing God. Now, if you want to help and you want to build something and be a part of something, then please go to ValhallaLifeServices.org. Donate. Get involved. Be a part of this movement. Be a part of making this happen. If you're a writer and you want to write something for us, go for it. I'll do what I can. I'll get what you write posted. All you have to do is send me what you want posted with an image for it. And I will post it on our blog. Send it to me at jrisley, R-I-S-L-E-Y, at ValhallaLifeServices.org. Make sure you put blog post. I'll read it. I'll post it. But get involved. Be a part of the solution. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit of what my plan is, what my vision is for our first location that will be duplicated across the country 11 more times. And that is simple. A working cattle ranch, that may fluctuate from area to area, but the rest of it won't. Basically a town, a community that is dedicated to helping veterans. But it's not going to be just about the veterans. It's going to be for them. It's their town. But we'll also have facilities for people with mental disabilities such as autism, who can't function quite on their own, but don't need to be institutionalized, don't have family to take care of them. There will be a place for them to go. They will be allowed to work. They will be allowed to express themselves. They will be allowed to find themselves, be who they are. As opposed to so many states that just throw them into mental institutions, load them up on Thorazine, and keep them out of the way. That's wrong. That's not a life. That's a prison. There'll be a summer camp for disadvantaged kids to learn life skills, to experience things that they never would experience. I also plan on bringing back a military academy for kids. It's a boarding school. First grade through high school. They used to be really popular in this country. Then they went away. Not sure why, but they did. But it will teach them honor. It will teach them loyalty. It will teach them integrity. It will teach them responsibility. But it will also teach them how to work together and accept people for who they are, not what they look like or where they come from. And it's not going to be for those who can't afford it but want to come. It will be free. For those who can afford it, it will be charged. I know that Hitler tried that, but he tried that for the simple fact of controlling people and turning them into what he wanted to turn them into. Up until the early 80s, military academies were great around this country because they did do that. They did teach people how to be honest, loyal, hardworking people. It wasn't about putting them in the military. It was about making them great adults. The Hitler Youth were programmed to be loyal to Hitler only. I don't want that. I want them to be great Americans. I want them to learn who the founding fathers were, why they were what they were, how they became that, and what did they do. I want them to learn about the Tuskegee Airmen. I want them to learn about the Buffalo Soldiers. I don't agree with what happened to the Native Americans, but I don't believe that we should hide from what has happened in history. Good or bad, we need to know it. We need to learn it. Hitler took everything he did from other people in the world, a lot of it from the Democratic American Party, twisted it, perverted it, and made it worse. It wasn't great to begin with, but he just ran with it. He just traded blacks for Jews. Hitler was a very twisted individual. I want nothing to do with him. I want nothing to be like him. I just want to be a great American. That's all I want. I want to make this country great again. I want to make this country what it once was. And if we can do that, I'm happy. You know, and if you don't want to get involved, I understand. No hard feelings. But if you want to bring America back, and if you want to help make a difference, then get involved. Don't bitch about it. Don't complain about it. Just do it. I'm here every day doing this. I'm here every day working at this. I do the best I can do, and I try to keep doing it. Some days are better than others, but I keep moving forward. And that's what you need to do. Every last one of you. Just keep moving forward. Peace out. I love you. God bless America. Have a great weekend. Let's get after it. Let's save this country.